Debate. With her 5-minute right of reply, the honourable member for York West.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, and I want to thank all of my colleagues for their support on the bill today and for you on your ruling on that rural recommendation. I'd actually forgot that that had been raised at an earlier time. So I appreciate that the decision was to allow us to go forward to committee subject to everybody else's support. So thank you very much for that. Anyone who's been studying the issue of pension reform, and I think this last year or two there have been many that have been doing that, know that we've learned about defined benefits and just the benefits of what a defined benefit pension plan means, and how those who have a defined benefit plan have 5 to 7 times higher retirement income than other people. And that may be great for all of those who have a defined benefit, but you have to stop and think about those who don't have access to it, and what we can be doing to leveling the playing field. Put another way, those who have the opportunity to save effectively in things like defined benefit for retirement have much more gold in their golden years, and that's what this is all about. And that is precisely why Bill 574 is just so important today. Traditionally, defined benefit plans are available only to public sector workers and to a very small minority of private sector workers in Canada. That means that only those working for very large companies or for the government have access to this type of retirement plan. We as MPs are very fortunate to be able to have access to that. And a short look at just what that means shows us how lucky we are to have that opportunity. And should reinforce our desire to make sure that other Canadians have better opportunities for retirement. So that's clearly wrong, and Bill C-574 is intended to be the first steps towards correcting that inequity. This legislation is the first of its kind ever proposed to ensure our future seniors have better nest eggs and the retirement income security that they are going to need for all of the future years. In broad strokes, the bill would create substantive, justiciable rights relating to retirement income, as my colleague has indicated, giving every person a chance to accumulate retirement income, promote good plan administration. We've heard a lot in the last 2 years about Nortel and other companies and pension plans and what has happened to people's retirement income. And it really calls on all of us to do what we can to start to put things in place that protects that retirement income. I want to take a moment to underscore these final points because it is one of the most important. Bill C-574 will set out in law the end goals to which we should aspire legislatively as they relate to retirement income. It would legally compel both this federal government and future governments to take real action to promote, enhance, and preserve retirement income security, coverage, and adequacy. For years, successive governments have set out their plans to help enhance pensions in Canada, but they have done so without any sort of long-term roadmap. Clearly, we have learned over this last several years the need for a long-term roadmap so that in the next 20 years when people are retiring, they have adequate income. Otherwise, it always falls back to the provincial governments, the municipal governments, and the federal governments to provide the funds. It still doesn't give people a decent level of living. It still means that they're living just at minimum. If we can encourage through legislation and through the Income Tax Act the changes necessary to provide the vehicle to protect their money, to make sure they understand all about the full disclosure from the various companies that promote products for retirement, and do everything we can to encourage people to put money away, it would certainly benefit all seniors in the future. And it would benefit us as a country so that we'd have a richer country and that all of us, when we reach that age of retirement, would have what we need to have a successful and a fruitful retirement year. So there will be lots of gold in the golden years. But that's going to take all of us. So thank you very much to my colleagues. Thanks to all of you for your support. And I look forward to future discussion on Bill 574.
The period for the adjournment proceedings is now expired.
Mr. Savage moved that Bill C-574, an act to promote and strengthen the Canadian retirement income system, be now read a second time and referred to the Standing Committee on Human Resources, Skills and Social Development and the Status of Persons with Disabilities. Is it the pleasure of the House to adopt the motion?
Yes.
On division?
Okay.